Ooh, what's up, everybody? We back in this thing, man. It's to let that be known. Boy, things have turned. Boy, have things turned. Boy, it's just a blink of an eye. The whole NBA landscape has turned in one night, man. We're here to talk about it, man. How in the world the Mavericks did it? Was it payback for Luka? We're here to talk about it, man. What the heck is going on with the Celtics? What the heck is going on with Cleveland? OKC in a dog fight. We're here to talk about it, man. Join in, man. But here's my co-host.
Hey, what's going on, fam? This your boy John. And make sure y'all grab yourself something to drink, sit back and relax, and let that be known. Sports. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Wee. Boy.
Eventful night in the NBA, huh?
Boy. Joy cometh in the morning. We were down and out as Mavs fans. We had gave up, man. We gave up. Because we were like, man, we don't have no future. We do now.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
We back, baby. Boy, they pissed. They pissed. Ain't no way we should have won this. It's rigged. I don't care. It's rigged. Poor Portland and Detroit and Utah. I don't care. Boy, if I ain't never seen a rigged job in my life,
I'm with all the collusion.
I'm down for it because it was rigged for us to give away Luka like we did. The NBA owed us. They wanted Luka to go to a big market, and we had to basically give him away. But they paid us for it. They paid us for it, boy, big time. I was just sitting there hoping for a top like 9 pick. I was hoping for that. The Mavericks, we ain't never had a number 1 pick. Never. And we get the number 1 pick, the highly touted Cooper Flagg. Now, let me remind you this. This is a blessing full circle. And let me show you why. It's a blessing because Dallas was building to win now, right? And we still have a team that can win in the immediate future in the next 2 to 3 years. Right? We have that. The problem came is after those 2 or 3 years, what do we have to build on? Who do we have? What future do we have? That was the issue. Now, not only do you have a team that you can compete for a championship with, but now you have a future. So the Dallas Mavericks fans are now back in a good space because it's like, yeah, it sucked we lost Luka. Nothing we can do about it. We move on. But now we have a future as a franchise. We know that we have something to look forward to for years to come. And how this comes full circle is, if I'm Cooper Flagg, I am jumping up and down in my bed right now to be drafted by the Dallas Mavericks, to come into the situation he's finna come into, to where he's not looking to be a franchise savior immediately. Had he gone anywhere else, the pressure that would have been on him, had he gone to Utah, Portland, Charlotte, any of these teams, that was probably should have gotten, poor Washington Wizards. They probably should have gotten the number 1 pick.
Well, they cursed, boy.
I thought for sure it was going to be out of Washington, Portland, one of those teams, man, New Orleans. But boy, so it came full circle, a blessing, and it ended up blessing everybody that was a part of it. It blessed the Mav franchise, the Mav fans, and then last but not least, Cooper Flagg, because now he can come in and really be groomed. He doesn't have to come in and be a franchise savior. He can actually grow into that. And for those who haven't watched him play, he plays the game the right way. He can pass, he can shoot, put the ball on the floor. He's also a defender that everybody likes. He can defend. He's not an elite defender, so don't get there, but he can defend. And for him to come in, for him to be playing with guys like Anthony Davis, can you imagine the two-man game between him and Anthony Davis with Cooper Flagg's passing ability and his scoring ability? You talking about dangerous? Him and Kyrie two-man game. Just those three on the floor. You're asking for problems. How tall is Cooper Flagg, John? Do you know?
6'9".
So watching this guy, I watched a few games of him at Duke, and I watched a lot of his high school stuff. But I watched some games of him at Duke, and he would generally say stuff like, "I'm not Kobe, I'm LeBron," and he said that because they had him double team, and instead of him shooting out of the double team, he hit the open guy. And they was basically, I guess, drawing at him because he wouldn't shoot. And he was saying, "I'm not Kobe, I'm LeBron. If you're going to double me, I'm going to hit the open guy." And personally, that's how I like the game to be played, because it's a team game. If you cannot utilize your teammates, I don't look at you as a high performance player, because I like guys who make their teammates better. If they're doubling you, there's no reason why your teammate shouldn't go off. You're getting double. He's open. He should go off. I think this is good too for the Dallas Bigs, because Cooper Flagg playing, he's going to essentially be playing the three. But his ability and his movement opens things up for Dallas that's scary. Because what happens if Dallas wants to go big? And they move him or PJ to the 2. They move PJ to the 2, keep him at the 3. And Kyrie at the 1. Like, you're going to get killed on the boards. And you're not going to score inside. He's 6'9". PJ 6'7". Anthony Davis 6'10", 6'11". Then you have a 7-footer. Like, the things that this opens up, the Pandora box that this opens, is wow. And I will answer it here before I turn it over for Jonathan. Yes, the NBA gave us the first round pick, the number 1 pick. Yes, for all that was wondering, the NBA did make the Mavericks give up Luka Doncic. And they paid us for it. Just think about it. The Mavericks had a 1% chance of getting the number 1 pick. 1% chance out of 100. What's the likelihood of that happening? unless somebody made it happen. What's your thing? What's your thoughts on this, John?
Before I get into what I want to say about this, man, I got 3 words: paid in full.
I'm happy. They paid us back, baby. They paid us back on the back end.
Paid in full.
Adam Silver, like, I got y'all on the back end, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I got you, man. I got you. So to have, and it was almost less than 1%, almost a 1% chance. We barely had like a good percentage of staying where we were slotted, and to get the number 1 pick, and this is the first time in franchise history. For the ones that don't know, the Mavs franchise started in 1980.
Yeah.
So that's almost 50 years almost. We never had the number 1 pick.
Not once.
Not once. And we had a lot of bad years.
And we got screwed over a lot of years where we should have had number 1 pick.
Yeah. But it's our time, baby, so we're going to take it. Shout out to the collusion. I'm for it.
I'm with it.
But yeah, man, we definitely needed this as a city, man, as a franchise, man, as a Mavs nation. Man, we had no hope. We
were done.
We was done. I said I wasn't finna buy no jersey. I wasn't finna go to no games.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. We had, especially here at Let That Be Known Sports, we swore off for it. Now we
don't support it, man.
Don't support it because of what transpired, man. But the NBA Illuminati, man, they already had this in the works, man. So we that's how it goes, man. And for the people out there, the naysayers, man, it happens to y'all teams too. For the bigger franchises, anyway, it happens to y'all. Y'all have some collusion too. So this is just our turn.
This is what I have to say about that. I don't care.
I don't care either. Yeah.
They made us give away a generational talent for nothing, basically.
For chicken change.
To give them to a big market who has no problem getting free agents.
Mm-hmm.
We're not a huge market like a LA.
Nope.
It's a surprise when we get a big name. It's like, oh, shoot, you want to come here?
That's collusion in itself. Making us give them up. Oh, they don't want to talk about that, though.
And then Adam Silver want to sit there and act like he didn't know nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it surprised me, too. I didn't know nothing about it.
Your peanut head.
You can't even lie good.
But man,
how you know nothing about it? And all the trades like that, especially big trades, have to go through the league's office to be signed off on. Yep. So how are you talking about you didn't know nothing about it?
No. You the one that set it up. Ratings started dropping. You had to do something. Come on, man. And then all of a sudden, ratings went back up through the roof.
You want to know who happy right now? Nico.
Oh, don't worry. I got a video of this.
They was praising the Most High.
Matter of fact, let me play that right now, man.
I think Nico can dunk the way he was jumping.
Yeah!
Holy off my neck.
No, we still on your neck. We still fire Nico over here.
And we still pissed off about you, boy. That hurt our heart. You hurt our heart, that boy. That Cooper Flagg grow on us, boy. You trade him. We finding you, boy.
Mm-hmm.
The second pick will be made by the San Antonio Spurs, and that means that the number 1 pick in the 2025 NBA draft goes to the Dallas.
Hold on.
Shout out to Rolando Blackman.
And what about I say? That's next year. That's
every year.
That's who do it. Put them on payroll. This is your job. This is what you do. You show up for this.
That's Dallas Mavericks.
Pray.
Rolando Blackman, all small. Dallas Mavericks had a 1.8% chance to win the number 1 pick overall. They had
pointed.
Second pick will be made by the Dallas Mavericks.
Turn that ballroom up. All on the floor.
I'll say one thing, Nico, you better not trade this number 1 pick. You better not trade it for no Kevin Durant. I'll tell you that.
Hey, I don't put nothing past Nico.
I don't even want Giannis. Leave our number 1 pick alone.
I wouldn't put it past him. Now I do also have the clip of Cooper Flagg after the it was decided.
Watching where the lottery ball drops. Ooh, I know y'all hate it.
this and seeing the draft lottery take place.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an incredible experience to be here, to have this opportunity. I mean, this is what I dreamed of since I was a little kid. So just to be here, it's an incredible experience and a great opportunity.
Yeah, you're working out for the draft now. What are you working on in order to get better so when you step onto the floor as an NBA player, you're at your best?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's always about just getting better all around. It's not one specific thing that I'm looking at. It's just a collective group of things and just trying to get all around better every single day.
The Dallas Mavericks made it known that they look for two-way players. Guys defend. That's what bring home championships, and that's why they traded Luka Doncic. You are a two-way player playing alongside Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving. What you looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, I think like I said, this entire experience for me has been amazing. So going forward, I'm just going to look forward to that. Like you said, being a two-way player, that's something that I've done since I was a little kid. So I'm just going to try and keep doing that to the best of my ability.
Cooper, Dallas this is a good team. Did you see this coming? I mean, you must have thought about where you might be going, but I'm surprised. But you're going to a very kind of built team already. That's pretty unusual for what I think being the top pick.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I didn't try and think about it too much. I feel like it's kind of out of my control. So I'm just kind of going through the process like everybody else and just trying to enjoy every single moment because we only get to do this once.
Congratulations, Cooper. Of course, enjoy the entire process as we lead into June and potentially a new home for you, which would be in Dallas. Cooper Flagg, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Man, oh man.
And they said exactly what I said in the coming into this video. This is highly unlikely that as a number 1 pick, you go into a well-built organization already. Like, your guys are pretty much built to compete. And you shooting almost 40% from the 3 in college. Averaging almost 20. Now, for those who don't know, it's hard to average 20 in college.
Especially at Duke.
The way college game is played is nothing like the NBA game.
He's only 18. He's not even done growing.
That's why the hype around him is so is so big, because if he's so skilled, his demeanor and then his age. You know, he classified up so he can go to college early.
Mm-hmm.
When and did his year in college. Now, let me tell you what I thought was going to happen. Let there be no audience. I thought this fool was going to go to San Antonio and he was going to be paired with Wemby.
I thought so too.
I said, God dang it, he finna go to San Antonio. I said, boy, that's going to hurt. Or even if he went to Detroit or any of those teams that's on the fringe, like, you know. Now, what I would do, like the Houston Rockets got the number 10 pick. I would give Phoenix Suns that 10 pick and get Kevin Durant if I'm Houston Rockets.
I think that's more than likely that's what's going to happen now. Yeah, that's more than likely. That's what's going to happen.
Now, the only thing is that enough to get him? What players will they have to give up to get Kevin Durant? Because you also got to, match salary, or you got to get pretty close to it.
Yeah.
So, do you almost, potentially gut your team? Because you don't want to give up. You're probably gonna give up Jalen Green.
They're not gonna give Jalen Green.
But I'm saying for a salary, guys who are making enough. A lot of those guys aren't making no money. For as what Kevin Durant is making, what Kevin Durant is making yearly.
Yeah, he's making about 50 a year.
Close to 50. Kevin, he's making 50. So how do you get close to that?
Yeah.
So that's a tough decision for Houston, because you go get him. Yeah, you got the picks, but the players that you have to give up, and you could potentially be right back in the same position because you gave up so much to get him.
Yeah, they're gonna throw the house at him. Not our problem.
Don't care about it. I heard also Giannis is considering to be out the door. I think he's done with Glenn.
I think he's done with Glenn. He's seen him writing on the wall, man.
Told y'all, man. If they got Doc Rivers,
Milwaukee ain't going nowhere, and they can't just keep going to getting the coaches. They already got 3 coaches on. What is it? 3 coaches on the books. 2 coaches on the book.
I think they got 3. They still paying Budenholzer,
Griffin,
Griffin, and now they paying Doc.
That's a lot of paper being shelled out there
with no results.
Should
have just kept Griffin. He was giving you results. Yeah, y'all didn't like him, but it was working.
Yeah.
Everybody want a player coach now.
They want
friends.
Be friends. Facts. Now, I do got one more video I want to play, man, before we move on to the other things. As far as the playoffs, and just a young kid, man, just so talented, man. Last summer, man, he was able to scrimmage against Team USA. Against the team that we sent over for the Olympics. And man, and just see what we, think about that, man. Just to kind of give somewhat of idea. Not saying that it's going to be what he's going to do in the NBA going off, but just the skill set, man, and how he kind of plays a little bit.
This is Cooper Flagg.
This is Cooper Flagg.
So you understand how he plays, and you can get a grips of Now he's 18, guys.
At the time he was 17.
17, but I'm saying he's 18 now.
And he's 18 now. So
keep that in mind about what you finna see.
So he's a 17-year-old doing this. Now he's 18, but yeah.
Point forward. We need somebody to run a pick and roll too. Shoot that rock. Oh no, he didn't hit the cash. He can push that thing though.
He long.
Boy. What is his wingspan? Make something happen with it. On AD. We up. We back like we ain't never left. Yeah, I was saying. Good strength.
Mm-hmm.
We up, baby.
We up.
We up like we ain't never left.
Yes, sir. Back in that thing. And that remind y'all that's a 17-year-old.
Thank you, NBA, for paying what you owe. You owed us for that. You ripped the heart out.
That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
Now, Cooper Flagg has a 7-foot wingspan and a 40-inch vert. We talking about a potential monster here, guys.
So we talking about lobs? Oh, we talking about lobs?
We talking about some of everything. We talking about lobs. We talking about blocks. We talking about steals. Did you see his handles? How comfortable he's with the ball, with ball pressure?
Yeah.
Being a tall guy. Normally, you got a smaller guy on you, it's a little pest, but he was comfortable.
Yeah, you turn like you turn your back to him, but he
comfortable,
man.
Getting downhill, getting to his spot. Wherever he catches, he can operate.
Crash the boards.
You watch how he play. He shares it. He pushed the ball, but he's under control.
Man.
The ratings are going to be high. Now, the only thing is, I don't know how his demeanor or his swag is.
It's kind of hard because at Duke, you have to be kind of a certain way far as what's the word I'm looking for? But you have to kind of be buttoned up in a sense. And so I don't know if that's I'm not sure. I don't know.
So when you're talking about now, this is a whole different part of the conversation. We know the kid can play.
Yeah.
Right. We know the kid's gonna be a star. But now we're talking about marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Where can he take the franchise in a marketing business venture? Can he take you to that big value, big market? Because kids want to watch him. Kids want to play like him. Kids love his demeanor, his snarl. Kids love his trash talking.
I don't think that's him. Like even back in like high school clips and stuff, like you never really seen that rah.
Now just imagine this. Like you have like a Jalen Brunson, right? What they doing in New York. Now just imagine if Jalen Brunson had a little bit more personality in that market. Just imagine what it could mean for him and the Knicks. Right? The Knicks are doing their thing, right? They winning. But it ain't everywhere. You know, it ain't like, man, did you see what Jalen told him? Like, it ain't like that. You know, I would go as far as to say that Halliburton has more
Absolutely.
attitude than a lot of guys.
If he did that in New York, what
so
he's
just
doing,
imagine Halliburton, what he's doing is getting more attention than what's happening with the Knicks, simply because of attitude, because the trash that Halliburton is talking. Like he's been talking trash since they played Miami. You know, every series it's been something with Halliburton, his dad, something. It's been something.
Yeah.
And that keeps everybody involved because you got to remember, everybody that watch the game don't watch the game, for the love of the game. They watch it for just sheer entertainment. There's very few basketball enthusiasts who just watch it because I like basketball. I want to see which team can impose their will. I want to see if how this style goes against this style. Like people don't watch it for their reason. They watch it for entertainment. Just like people go to games, like the celebrities, they there just to be seen in entertainment. That's it. Something to do. You know, they don't know nothing about no basketball. They don't know nothing about, what's being run and what's being called. And, this player here is struggling here, but he's excelling. They don't know nothing about that. The shooting percentage so you see what Halliburton is doing. And you also see what's happening in Denver. OKC's in a dogfight, right? OKC number one team. They was favorites to win the West. But they in a dogfight. And when I watch some of the games of that series, it lets me know a lot about OKC. The first thing that popped on the screen in crunch time, Shed has been guarded by a guard.
That sounds very familiar, doesn't it?
And
very familiar.
I'm shaking my head. This is the game they end up going to overtime. But I'm shaking my head because they're looking for somewhere to go with the ball. Jay is struggling. J-Dub was struggling. But I'm looking at Shed, and he has a guard on him. And I'm saying, well, why not go there?
Because he's on the 3-point line.
And I'm highly confused. And then another thing I noticed in the series, that Shea ain't as dominant as he is in the regular season. Sure, due to the foul calls. He's not getting every foul call for every swipe. So he's still playing good, but it's not like dominance to where it's like, man, he's dang near unstoppable. Because if he ain't shooting a mid-ranger, he's going to the free throw line. That's pretty much what it was in the regular season. So it was like dang near unstoppable. Like, man, if he don't hit it, he getting fouled going to the free throw line. And then here's my last thing. Where's this all-world defense? The defense that was supposed to be record-breaking. Where is this? Because Jamal Murray and them giving y'all work. Aaron Gordon them.
Even Michael Porter Jr. got off the other night.
Oh, he happy ever since Kawhi got out here. Michael Porter Jr. Like, it's my series, baby. I'm back. They shut me down, but I'm back. I'm back, baby.
Somebody talking again.
I would say this. Looking at the teams remaining, if Denver gets out of this, that Negro Joker gonna win another chip.
Really?
Out of Timberwolves and Golden State, who you think gonna beat Denver?
Are you saying just getting there, or you think winning it all?
In the East, who gonna beat Denver?
Man, because I don't.
And
Now,
Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, who gonna beat that with their championship pedigree? And the battle test that they've been through. Because you can argue they faced some of the best competition so far. And going 7 with Clippers. And now they're in a dogfight with OKC.
Indy, man, may give them a run for their money, man.
Who?
Indy. They got a championship coach over there.
First of all, who Halliburton guarding? Let's just put that out there.
Who's they off guard? Is it Nembhard?
So you have
Is it
Braun. It's for Denver. For them, they all go, I think it's Nembhard. I think.
Let's see.
Man, Jokic gonna slow that game down so much. Gonna slow that tuck down so good.
Let me see. So yeah, I think it's Nembhard, just a off guard.
You just pull up their start pace or start lineup.
Yeah, that's one.
So they got Mathurin and I think Nembhard, I think.
Yes, I know Mathurin is a 3. So
yeah, Nembhard playing the 2.
2. And then they got Neesmith playing
the 3.
3.
So
Aaron
Aaron Gordon gonna do a number on Siakam. Just gonna put that out there. just gonna put that out there.
You think so, man?
He gonna do a number on Siakam. Just gonna put that out there. They ain't got an answer for Jokic.
No, I mean, ain't nobody got an answer for Jokic, but
and Jamal Murray is cooking, and they don't have an answer for Jamal. Now Jamal has gone against some of the best defensive teams. When you look at the Clippers and their wings and what they had to throw at him, and then you come to OKC and look at what they had to throw with Alex Caruso, J-Dub, all those guys, Lou Dort, and he's still cooking.
Lou Dort ain't no defender. Lou Dort, you think he playing rugby?
Now the question is, who wins out of New York and Indy?
Man, that's the $1 million question, bro. I have no clue. I've been racking my brain with that.
I've been racking my brain. Boy. That's a series.
That's a series there. I have no clue at this point.
That's a series. Boy, that's a series there.
Man, I don't even. Man,
that's a series, man. I don't know. That's a series. I don't know, man. Because New York, they can play some defense, man. They can play some defense.
And it's scrappy.
Man, I don't know. That's gonna be a good series.
Yeah, boy, that's gonna be.
But I don't see Denver I don't see none of them beating Denver. Because you're gonna have what? Call that to the town guarding Jokic. Barbecue chicken down there. Cat ain't gonna want none of that smoke.
Who was they? No, they got what's the other bid they have?
Mitchell comes off the bench.
Mitchell.
But we talking about starting.
Yeah. Yeah, he gonna cook Cat. It's gonna be interesting, man. Because the Knicks, man, they scrappy, man.
Yeah, but when you got that big joker down there and he's forcing y'all to come double.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting, man.
It's gonna be something, man. Golden State have a shot to win it if Jokic and them don't get past OKC. If Curry comes back healthy
and they play OKC,
they got a shot.
Yeah, like if they play OKC, they'll take OKC just off sheer experience alone.
But if Jokic and them come through,
yeah,
with Murray,
and Golden State ain't got no bigs,
and Gordon, and what Russell Westbrook, I gotta give him props. What he's doing on the bench.
Yeah, Russell, he hooping.
That's gonna be very tough to beat. That's gonna be tough to beat. And shout out, man. I kind of want to see Russell get a ring. Because there's a lot of OGs, man, that's in the league that's retiring without a ring, man. Who had good careers, like Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Russell ain't got one. James ain't got one. There's a lot of guys, man, who are who had really good careers, who probably gonna be Hall of Famers, just didn't get a ring. AI was one. Like he like
probably one of the biggest ones.
AI, Charles Barkley. I mean, it's just a lot of guys. Man, when you look at the careers, you're like, man, I wish they had got a ring.
Mm-hmm.
With their Hall of Fame career. So like Russell's one of those guys. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer for sure. Like getting a ring, man. He plays hard, man. He plays hard, man. He's landed all on the line for Denver. Whatever they asking him to do,
he's doing it.
He's doing it. Like he was locking Shea down. Like whatever they ask him to do, like 1 minute he's starting, he come and start, then he go back to the bench. Like 1 minute he's closing games out. Like last game, he went in there closing. So like whatever they asking him to do, and even Denver, the players were like, we want to give Russell a ring for the career he had. And the way he's playing, man. Now I think on James Harden, I don't think James Harden gonna get a ring until he's no longer a guy.
He's got to be like a third or fourth option.
He need to be like a third or fourth guy. Right now, he's a number 2 guy at the Clippers, and he just.
Do you feel the same way for Paul George? Like you want him to get a ring, or you don't care?
I'm not even gonna count to you. These other guys, man, have put franchises on their backs for multiple years, man, and just couldn't get it done. Russell with the OKC, I mean, he was carrying them, on his back for multiple years, man, putting up incredible numbers. Incredible battles. The same with like Chris Paul, man. Like whatever team he was going to, he was making them like legit playoff teams. Like no matter where he went. Like he went to OKC. We like, oh man, Chris goes to OKC. They ended up making the playoffs. It's like, God, dog. So no matter where he went, he makes them ultra competitive, and he just brings about that leadership that helps them play a good brand of basketball. So like Chris Paul, even James Harden, what he was able to do in his span in Houston, like he was deadly. He was deadly, man. So like guys who who carry franchises, man, like Charles, going to battles with Jordan, like those are the type of guys, AI, going to battles where I can look at you and you like, you might not be the favorite, but man, God dog, he battling. And then look at the numbers he putting up. So it's guys like that I go to bat for, or that I'm like that I wouldn't mind them having a ring, or earning one or winning one. Not guys like Paul George. Now, had Paul George stayed in Indiana and he was getting like Reggie Miller, I wouldn't mind Reggie having a ring.
Absolutely.
Reggie had dead out shootout wars in Indiana and could have left Indiana, but he stayed and put that franchise on his back and went to war with New York, went to war with Detroit, went to war with Chicago. Guys like that is the guys you like, yeah. Like, man, I wish he had got him a ring.
Yeah. What do you think about like somebody like Mike Conley?
You keep saying his name like Mike Conley cool, but like nah, I'm talking about
what you did here like that, like
I don't know why you saying that like Mike Conley cool, man. It's just I'm talking about franchise guys. I'm talking about guys who carry the franchise.
Right.
For a period of time to where it's like, man, he had some wars.
Well, I do have one legit one. DeMar DeRozan. He was in Toronto for post Chris Bosh.
Yeah, he's probably one of those guys. But when you think of him, like, yeah, I guess so. I guess he got caught up in the LeBron era in the East. He just could not beat LeBron. He just could not beat. They would be the number one seed, and they just would just somehow get smacked up. So I guess you could say DeRozan, or whatever, but he's like one of those stars now, a star without a home. Like I don't know if Toronto is really claiming him like that. He's like a guy that you can't put at a destination. Like, well, Russ will always be OKC guy.
Yeah.
Right. No matter all the teams he went to, like Russ from OKC. Reggie Miller from Pacers. Charles from Suns. AI from Philly. Like no matter where they went, like this was like that will always be his home. That's where his legacy lies. So like that's one of the things, like, I think it also did Dame a disservice to go to Milwaukee and not win. Because if you're gonna move franchises like that, you gotta go make it count.
Mind you, he didn't want to go to Milwaukee.
He didn't want to go to Milwaukee, but when under contract. You go where you go.
Yeah, you request the trade. Yeah.
So, you're asking for Pat Riley to come get you. Pat Riley don't do that.
Man.
Pat Riley don't trade for big time free agents.
Yeah, he like YMCA guys.
So like it's guys like that I root for, man. That you look at like, man, I wish he had got him one. Even Jimmy, like I root for Jimmy Butler. I want him to get one, right? Jimmy Butler, guys like that, you root for to get a ring, and I wish Dwight Howard had got one.
He did.
Like as a guy.
Oh, as a guy, yeah.
Like, yeah, he got a ring, but I wish he had got one. Like for people who don't remember, like Dwight Howard was really dominant. He had like a 5 or 6 year strand where he was just
unstoppable.
He was just unstoppable. Like it was dang near to score on him in the paint. It was dang near impossible to score him in the paint. It was dang near impossible to stop him.
He was a top 5 player at one point in the league.
He had a good 5 or 6 year run where it was just like, God dog.
Yeah, he got caught in that transition, man.
So, guys like that, man, you just that you hope that you would have liked to got in the ring, So. And in the comments, man, if there's any stars out there, man, that you wish they can have a ring or that you wish they had got a ring, man, drop it down in the comments, man, and let us know your favorite star that you wish that they had got a ring, man. Guys like my guy like Darren Williams,
Facts.
So guys like that, man. So
for sure, man. Before we get out of here, man, the Knicks, man, they took it to Boston again tonight for a 3-1 series lead.
It's over.
And they going back to Boston.
Mm-hmm. I want them to close it out in Boston, but I would love for them to close it out in New York.
New York.
New York
it'll go crazy. Yeah, and it's pretty much over, especially with your boy Tatum out, man. I know how big of a fan you are of him.
Don't sit here a lot of people.
I know it kind of crushed you, man, to see him the non-contact injury.
Man, they should have drug him. They should have drug him out the floor by his shoelace. Nobody see where he got hurt at. Especially he was holding his ankle. The severity of his pain just didn't make sense. But we know that's what happens when you get your tail whooped. You want to get up out of there. Go ahead and shower up.
Oh, he didn't want to finish the game?
He want to head on to Boston. He want to take a shower early. He get to skip the media press. He ain't got to answer no tough questions. We know what it is. We seen Donovan Mitchell do the same thing.
That's a fact. We did. Now I do have kind of a question, because it's been said that Boston's team is so deep. So if they're so deep, when Tatum went down, why they still playing the way that they are, or declined? If they're so deep,
I think that the way that Boston plays is very predictable.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think their inability to change, is haunting them now. Is hurting them, and they play an all-inclusive game as far as everybody's involved. There isn't a set guy. Like on any given night, somebody can be that guy, and they play that way, and that's a good way to play. But until the team figures that out, And what New York is doing, New York is making them play a different way. So they're making Tatum be that guy. So with Tatum, they're not sending no help. Like Tatum had 40. Let's just stay home. Versus letting everybody get off. It's generally what happens. They drive. They want everybody to sink into the paint. Now we moving the ball around the perimeter. Now guys are getting wide open threes. And now everybody's involved in the game. Now they're hard to stop.
Man, like you said, man, they're very predictable and even stubborn at this point on the way that they play.
Oh, they getting their three off.
Is they literally live by the three, die by the three, and they are dying by the three. I don't even think even back in Phoenix Suns, their back then Tony days, they didn't put up this many threes. When you have more threes, when you attempt more threes than you do twos.
Well, the thing about the D'Antoni days, they had a bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they wanted to run up and down the floor, shoot threes. But when you got hip to that, here come the Steve Nash and Maury pick and roll.
Yeah.
So they had another go-to. Like if you force us out of playing this way, then our half court, we can be dealing in the half court too.
Yeah.
And that's just not Boston. They haven't figured out or have the inability to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why people are so hard on guys like Tatum. Because it's like you want to be great. And you have all these pieces around you. There's no reason.
You know my problem with Tatum, man? He refuses to drive, bro.
Oh, we know that. He's gonna put them threes up.
You 6'10", and everything is a step back three, side step three.
Or fade or mid-range.
Fade, mid-range. It's nothing inside. It's nothing putting your head down and getting to the rack.
Like I said, I watched Jalen Brunson. I watched Jalen Brunson get switched on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched him dance with Jalen Brunson out here on the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, give the ball up and run to the post.
Yep. And call for it.
Why are you dancing with him out here? That's why I said the inability for them to play differently. Like any other star player would recognize them like, oh, shoot, I'm just going to go post up then.
Mm-hmm. And then even take a little offense to it. Like, you going to put this 6-foot guard on me? But all they do is they, like you said, they don't send a double. They sag off of him, let him shoot his jumpers.
And like, man, if you hit some, cool.
We're going to live with that.
But what we're not going to do is allow you to drive, penetrate, kick, and now you got everybody going off.
Facts.
Now y'all shooting 55% from three. We can't beat that. We can't beat y'all if y'all going to shoot that near 60 from three. We're not going to beat that. So the only way that we can combat that or stop that is we got to stay home.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever's guarding you just got to make you take a tough shot. And we're just going to live with that.
Live with that.
And you're going to bail us out because you're going to stay back there and you're going to take those long shots.
Mm-hmm.
Versus you watch the Knicks play, the Knicks are taking what's given. So if you're making us drive, we'll drive. You give us a three, we'll take it.
That's fact. What's going on with Jaylen Brown, bro?
And Jaylen ain't got no back. He played tough. He got heart though. He got heart. Don't get me wrong. I like Jaylen Brown. He got heart, man. He a dog. But man, he ain't got the skill.
I mean, he got heart with no bag.
No, like for real. Like if you put Jaylen Brown's heart into Tatum, you have a well-oiled machine.
You got
Because Tatum has the skill. That's why it's annoying to watch him play that way. Because he has skill. Like, yeah, he can shoot, but he also can drive. He also can post. He just don't do it. And then if things are tough, he just reverts back to versus like Jaylen Brown. He tries. He just don't have the skill. It's either a straight line drive for Jaylen or it's a shot.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown, he ain't got all this. Tatum's the one that has that. Being able to get a mismatch and take you off the dribble. Jaylen Brown he ain't got that because he don't have a mismatch this series. So he can't play bully ball. He's not bullying no G.
Yeah, man.
So like Jaylen Brown, like he has the heart. You know, that's why he was the Finals MVP. But realistically, this team goes as Jaylen goes, not as Tatum.
Somebody tell them that.
But Tatum has the skill of a star, the heart of a role player. Jaylen Brown has the heart of a star, but skill of a role player. Jaylen Brown is a real big time role player because he can spot up. He spots up for three. He plays tough nose, hard nose defense. And then if you close out, he can straight line drive to the goal. Like that's a real high value role player. But you talking about as like ISO on the top of the key, that's not Jaylen Brown.
So you say if you need a bucket, he's not that. Like
I mean, if he has a mismatch, yeah. But like it's supposed to be if you need a bucket, it's Jason Tatum because he has the skill set.
So do you break it up when this is over?
I don't think so. They just want a ring. So like,
but we've been talking about that.
I don't think Jaylen and Tatum going nowhere because they paid them. So I don't think they're going nowhere. Now for his pieces around them, I don't know. But this ain't about the pieces around them. It's about them.
Yeah. But it's gonna be interesting to see what they do or if they change something going into next year. Because the way they play now, it's just.
I mean, look at
it's awful.
Look at New York, right? Their number one player is Jalen Brunson. Their number two is probably Cat or something like OG. OG reminds me a lot of Jaylen Brown, right? Don't got a lot in his bag, but he can spray it from deep, and he got a straight line drive to the rim, right? Reminds me a lot of Jaylen Brown. Tough nose defender, right? Reminds me a lot of Jaylen Brown. So when they need a bucket, they don't go to OG, go to Jaylen, because he has more of a skill set to get a good bucket or to break down the defense to get somebody else one. That's what it's supposed to be for the Boston Celtics. Like you go to Tatum because he has more in his toolbox to get open or get guys open.
Yeah.
Just like any other star, any other team. You know, they're gonna go to Anthony Edwards because you got more. I can do more.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's very seldom you have two guys that you can do that with. I think Denver has two guys they can go to. Dallas had two guys with Luka and Kyrie. Like, you remember the finals run? It was damn near unstoppable. It was like you got two guys, like no matter who we go to, they're gonna get us a good shot.
Yeah.
Like either they're gonna get a good shot for themselves or somebody they're gonna hit somebody open. Like this is what Tatum is supposed to be doing. He can't close.
Yeah.
So you come down to moments and this is a 6-point game, and you're like, man, every possession matters. Like you have to get us a good shot. And he comes down. And it's like, come on, man. Like, you got to get us a good shot. If it missed, cool. Make sure it's a good shot. And that's the difference between teams that go to the finals and teams that don't. In clutch moments, who can generate the best shots? When things get close, who can generate us the best shots? Those are the teams that's generally going to win.
They don't sound like OKC.
That's why Denver looks like Denver. Because when things get close, OKC, if they want to win, they better make sure it's a blowout. Because if it's close, you're going to always take Jamal Murray and Jokic. Because they're going to always generate a good look, either for themselves or somebody else. You know, so like you just keep that in mind. Like even Golden State is dangerous in that sense. Like Curry, he gonna generate a shot for himself or somebody else, or Jimmy Butler is a guy you can go to who can make smart decisions. He knows how to get to his spots. So that's what we're looking at, man. It's gonna be interesting as it unfolds, man. And we're gonna be here talking about it, man. Continue to bring this to you, man, as this unfold. And man, we got some magical stuff happening in the NBA, man, because that Pacers and Knicks series, man,
that's gonna be epic.
You talking about two crazy fan bases, two teams that's on a roll. You know, so man, I'm here for it. I want to see it, man. But we're gonna be talking about it, man, as this unfolds, man. A lot of things going on, man. We're gonna touch on some NFL stuff next time, man, about what's going on in the NFL and how teams are being played out and how teams are forming, and what teams do and did they do enough, to compete this year. And we're going to talk about all that, man, next time, man, that we're on here, man. And also get a little bit more into the draft picks and who they are, what they bring to the table, and what teams should do. Should they take it, draft pick, or should they trade? So we're going to talk about all that, man. So, man, stay posted with us, man. Stay locked in with us, man. And we're going to be feeding you all this information, man. We're going to be breaking this stuff down, man. That's what we do here, man. We break it down, man. We don't just break news. Everybody break news. Mavericks won the lottery. Everybody broke it, man. We here to break it down, man. We're here to talk about it. And so, man, stay locked in, man. Remember us. Follow us on all social media platforms, man, and let that be known. And also, man, remember, it doesn't cost you anything, man, to hit that like, to hit that subscribe. We'll see you, man. Peace out. Yep.